If I get made fun of for my John impression, I'm gonna seppuku myself. Statement of Cotton-Eyed Joe regarding his whereabouts. Spooky.
Hello, everyone.
Hello.
My name is Terezi. I'm here with John.
Yeah, that's legitimately, ironically, my name. Hi, I'm John, or Jonathan. Not Sims, Woods.
And as you already heard today, we're taking a look at some top-notch The Magnus Archives meme content. John, you do know what a meme is, right?
Yes, I'm aware of what a meme is. You're gonna have to add the click in.
I'm gonna make the click, hang on.
Okay. Supplemental. I've broken the Gertrude's flat.
Enjoying the Magnus Archives so far. I also enjoy plastic bags full of clone teeth, so this is right up my alley.
I love that fucking episode.
You fathoming? Huh? You fucking perceiving over here? Comprehending? Beholding? Bitch. TMA fans who only like John after he undergoes character development and starts being nice are such cowards. John is at his best when he's being a full-blown cunt. Like, just saying, but if S1 John had been tricked into reading Elias's iCarpolypse statement, he simply would have called it stupid fake bullshit and shamed the floor into closing again. He's built different.
Absolutely.
Do Not Open is such a weird episode when you think about it. They went...
Welcome to our horror anthology series. In this week's story, a man is given a coffin and told not to open it. He doesn't open it. Then the people who gave it to him show up and take it back. He will not explain what the deal is with the coffin for another 60 episodes, but at this point we're still presenting the podcast as a series of unconnected stories. So as far as you know, you'll never learn what the coffin's deal is. It's episode 2, by the way. Hope you keep listening.
This isn't a criticism, by the way. I love episode 2 with my whole heart. I just think it's a very bold choice.
And it worked. I love Do Not Open. It's such a good episode.
I absolutely love that in TMA we get served some real life lessons about trauma in the statements. I read that weirdly, I'm gonna try again. I absolutely love that in TMA we get served some real life lessons about trauma in the statements. But others are just like...
What would happen if you got stuck in a box? That would be so fucked up.
And you sit there like...
Whoa! That would be fucked up!
You're laughing. We're hiding in the archives from the worms trying to eat us, and I asked if maybe you've been a ghost the whole time and you're laughing. I love TMA as to it's like...
End recording. Supplemental. I've gone entirely off the rails.
You need to do this one, I can't.
It's okay. I love that most of the notes on the TMA post I made last night where I guessed it was basically the Twilight Zone if every episode ended with Rod Serling telling you about his boyfriend, are TMA fans telling me I'm correct.
Everyone in the Magnus Archives is so basic. Oh boo-hoo, I'm interacting with a person that's an avatar of a horrible eldritch god and could kill me in a second, my life is so hard. Like, out of my way, gay boy, I'm about to get some.
Okay, I might get flamed for this, but I think Distortion Michael is extremely attractive. Anyways.
I've just started listening to the podcast in Magnus Archives, and the narrator is hilarious because some of the stories he's like...
Well, obviously we have no real evidence to support the witness's crazy story of a murderous clock. The fact that they were found dead with a minute hand buried in their sternum is pure coincidence, I'm sure.
But then sometimes he's just like...
It's that fucking bug woman again.
Extremely funny whenever Mr. John Archives is like, ah yes, in this statement we once again encountered Tim Riggins from case 10128384784488383. Most troubling that he's cropped up again, as if I'm supposed to remember some guy from 40 episodes ago.
That's why I exist. Remember when Johnny tried to tell us it was spelled John and we all collectively I read that backwards. Remember when Johnny tried to tell us it was spelled John and we all just collectively decided he was wrong? Like...
Thank you for the podcast, but we'll take it from here. What's it doing on the floor? Is it working? Statement 42069 regarding the incident with your mom last night. AU where instead of the supplemental tapes, John writes in one of these bad bitches.
You hear it open, you know, they make the little song, it like opens, it's like, it sings, and he's like, where's, fuck, I need like a pen so I can make like a clicky into the microphone. Today I broke into Gertrude's flat, and there wasn't jack shit in there but a bunch of books with scribbled out eyes and a laptop charger. I'm going to go into the tunnels later.
The Admiral being a hunt avatar in a domain for cat hunt avatars is so funny. Johnny saw that one post about Dog Heaven being Squirrel Hell and was like, yeah, I can incorporate that into my horror podcast.
Character in TMA. I popped over to the underground and took a tube up to Bexley, and my mate rang me on my mobile and asked me to go to the pub later, so I checked my schedule and told him I'd drop by his flat and meet him after tea and telly. Me, an American. What the fuck? Oh, I love that. This is funny.
Re-listening to TMA and realizing I missed out on like 10 major plot points, confused 3 people, forgotten what is happening, and still don't know whether Jared or Gerard is talking.
Side note, Gerard is my meow meow. I love him so much.
Jared Hopworth is objectively the funniest TMA villain purely for, are you Jared Hopworth? Deep, mangled, distorted voice.
That's what it says on the license.
License! I think the only 2 bits of characterization you need to know about Jonathan Sims are, he became an Eldritch Horror, and it actually made him less of a dick. He realized he was in love with his coworker, so he asked him to gouge his eyes out and run away with him to leave their spooky TM workplace.
We're listening to TMA again, and why the hell does John keep getting fucking kidnapped? This guy is like the Princess Peach of the TMA verse. No, little British boy, don't read that children's book about a spider.
Oh, bloody hell! This experience changed my life's trajectory!
British people are a scam invented by Johnny Sims to sell more podcasts.
And it worked! Love the idea that 7 non-human beings trying to pass themselves as humans just went to college or took an anatomy class, and while being genuinely disturbing, were nothing but polite. Thanks for teaching us about the insides.
I'm sure someone mentioned this before, but Jane Prentice either memorized the way Martin texted and spoke to make the situation seem as real as possible, or she just texted shit like,
Gotta miss work today, LMAO, laughing crying emoji, I got a stomach bug, if you know what I mean, worm.
And no one noticed.
I like to think she was sitting outside of his door trying to be a wingman. Like, what do you want me to text him? I want you to go away! Okay, I've got a bug. It's a parasite, I think. You should come here and take care of it. No, don't send him that!
Jane Prentice and her worms outside of Martin's house looking through his window and watching him sob into a can of peaches as he has a panic attack on the floor.
I love this so far. You really live this way.
I don't know what's funnier, that John moved Elias to the top of his suspect list after the letter told him that maybe stalking his coworkers was a bad idea, or that he ended up being right. Men will be like, I know a place, and then...
Hello, John. Apologies for the deception, but I wanted to make sure you started reading, so I thought it best not to announce it.
Do Not Open is such a weird episode when you think about it. They went... This is where you comment.
Oh, I'm so sorry. I didn't know I was reading that. Okay. You try again.